Hi guys, welcome! The most awaited hero class, the Nameless One, is finally in CBT. Initially, he is useless in the current meta, but a week after he was released, the devs fixed him. So, in this video, let's talk about how his skills will interact with other classes' skills. But before we start, let me quickly show you his skills and let's rename some of his skills for convenience. First is his core passive skill. This skill allows Nameless to generate a shadow when auto-attacking. At level 7 core passive skill, he can summon a perfect shadow that will help him in battle. Let's call the perfect shadow as Cloak, and the shadow generated by auto-attack as just shadow. Next is Death Portal. This skill allows you to bypass shields and will generate a new bar that covers the target's HP when hitting for 6 seconds. If the new bar exceeds the current HP of the target, then the target will be executed, so it bypasses anti-fatals. Let's call this skill as Ember. Next is Shadow Flame Brand. This skill allows you to throw a dagger on the floor, and when you press the skill again, you will be teleported to the location of the dagger. This can also serve as anti-fatal. Let's call this skill as Teleport. Next, Shadow Pierce. This skill allows you to dash for 9 meters. Let's call this skill as Dash. Next is Deadly Gaze. This is a buff skill that will automatically mark the enemy with the lowest HP and the enemy closest to you. When enemies are marked, your damage will ignore their flee and block. Let's call this skill as Smart. Next is Sonic Strikes. This is your main spammable skill. Note that when the Shadow and Clone are present, they too will cast the skill upon use. Let's call this skill as Sonic. Next is Absolute Execution. This is your ultimate skill. Enemies hit by this skill cannot move and it bypasses Edgar's star card. Like Sonic, when Shadow and Clone are present, they too will cast this skill. While channeling, you, your Shadow, and your Clone will be invincible. Let's call this skill as Ulti. Note that both Sonic and Ulti skills are AoE and can crit. And lastly, Assassination Formation. This is both a damage and buff skill. This skill allows you to have a max movement speed that cannot be reduced. You will also gain immunity from ranged physical and magic damage. Though the effects only last for 3 seconds, so you need to time this skill properly. Let's call this skill as Immunity. Alright, and those are his skills. Without further ado, let's proceed to testing. First, let's try his skills against Safety Wall and Light Shield of Saint. Let's check which skill can be blocked by Safety Wall and which skill can be blocked by Light Shield. As you can see, Safety Wall can block Sonic, but not the ulti. Let's try the ulti against Light Shield. So Light Shield blocks the ulti. Here's another test. Next, let's try with Ember. It's still blocked. But if you use Smart, it's now unblockable. This is also true for Sonic. Now, let's try Ember against LMX Shield. Can see with Ember, Nameless can melt LMX. But this one is a bit tricky. If you did not reach the max HP of your target within 6 seconds, you cannot kill the LMX like what happened here. Next, let's try if LMX HP will heal if he casted Seabream while with Ember. As you can see, it's not healing. Ember is like Dead Soul card for 6 seconds to one target. If you're curious if your teammate can contribute to Ember stacking, yes, they can. And lastly, if Ember can stack, yes, it can stack. However, we still need to test if after 6 seconds another Nameless casts Ember, will it continue the previous Ember or will it start a new bar? Next, let's see how will Morok's chain will interact to Nameless Dash. As you can see, you can escape Morok's chain using Dash easily. Let's see that again. You can also use Teleport to escape Morok's chain, but I don't suggest it. Just use Teleport as anti-fatal like in the next example. Here, I will throw the dagger inside the safe zone. Then I will let Morok kill me. As you can see, I'm back where my dagger is at. Here's a sample 1v1 battle against Morok. Here, I used Dash then cast immunity, however, my Ember did not cast for some reason. It's a good thing to note that as long as the clone and shadow are within 7 meters of the target, they will still contribute to the damage of your ulti. One weakness of Nameless is Morok with True Sight and Insight Eye card. Also, one thing that I noticed was my clone was too slow to follow me. So when I casted Sonic, my clone was not in the area I wanted him to be. Here's another example. Another thing that I noticed was casting skills that will make you invulnerable will help you escape the 6 seconds of Ember, like when transforming to Morok. But if Morok did not transform and he died due to Ember, even if his Morok transformation is available, he will instantly die. Because if you die due to Ember, it will bypass anti-fatals like FP and Morok transformation. In summary, here is how Nameless skills work, and how they interact with other classes' skills covered in this video. First, at core passive level 7, Nameless can generate a shadow and a clone, and both will also use Sonic and ulti when he uses those skills. Second, when the clone is existing, you are in a permanent hide and you cannot be targeted. Same effect as Sarah's hide and Elf's camo, both in one skill. Third, using Sonic will generate a shadow. Fourth, when you cover all HP of the target when Ember is up, the target will be instantly killed, bypassing anti-fatal effects. Fifth, Ember will not allow your target to heal and can bypass LMX shield. 6. Invulnerable skills will cheese out precious seconds of Ember stacking. 7. Teammates can help fill up Ember stacks. 8. We need more tests on how two Embers from two different Nameless will interact with each other. 9. Dash can help you escape Morok's chain easily. 10. Mark will ignore the marked target's flee and block. 11. Teleport can serve as anti-fatal. And lastly, 12. Both ulti and Sonic are AoE and they can also crit. Definitely, we still need more testing on this class, since I just tested him on some of the meta classes. But I believe, in the current meta, he might replace Soulbinder or Saint. Heck, Some are already thinking to make him a support and be tanky. Also, classes who use single targeted skills will be forced to have a True Sight Relic and Insight Eye card in order to see and target him. Anyway, it's still far for him to be released in C, but it's good to know that there's a potential for him to be usable, especially in Magic Prison. Before we end, I would like to thank the people who helped me in this video. Frig, Bacon, Giratina, Cremisi, and those who are in the unofficial Ragnarok Mobile Community Discord server. Also, thanks to Bacon and Cremisi for creating the info sheet for Nameless that I use for reference. If you want to see the info sheet, please check the description of this video. Alright, that's it for now. Are you also excited for Nameless? Let me know in the comment section below. Until next time, thank you for watching, and see you in my next video.